Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. And we've got a good one for you guys today. Now, it's the first stage is already over, but I didn't want to start live streaming yet because I wasn't sure with the whole weather delays that have been going at Las Vegas for the Xfinity Series race. But here we are, we're live now for the second and the final stage today. And I'm stoked for this one. I hope maybe we'll see some late race action like we did in the Truck Series race last night. And hopefully we don't get any more weather delays or any more weather in the area. But I'm going to put up the leaderboard here in just a second. If you guys want to put in the chat who your pick is to win, you can go ahead and do that. I will be going live with I'll be going live with tomorrow's race as well this weekend. I'm also going to see the Batman tonight, so I'm excited about that. So no spoilers in the chat, please. But yeah, so far, Noah Gregson won stage one, and honestly, right now the strong team is easily Junior Motorsports. With at the end of stage one, you had, I believe, all the top four. They swept the top four in stage one, if I'm not mistaken. But I think there are going to be some other drivers that are going to be able to mix it up later in this race. But so far, the big storyline in this one is the Gibbs Sieg controversy on lap 5 going through turns 3 and 4. Gibbs was pushing the issue a bit, made slight contact with the 39, it looks like. The slightest of contact. Either way, it sent the 39 car into the wall, and Ryan Sieg was pretty mad about it, and honestly has a right to be. It was lap 5, and somebody put him in the wall. I mean, I think it's not. I don't think it was a very egregious move by Gibbs, but it was probably a bit too early to be pushing it that hard. For I think like 5th or 6th place on the track. There's still a lot of racing to go, so I just think for somebody like Ryan Sieg, doesn't I believe that's a family operated team. I mean, he's going to be a lot more mad about it than like if Ty Gibbs were on the receiving end of that. Ty Gibbs is like got fully funded ride because I mean his grandpa owns the team. Here we'll put up the leaderboard now. Here we go. We'll go with this view. Hey, Simply Shelby TV. How you doing? So it looks like Sheldon Creed now after that round of pit stops is your leader. Then you have Sam Mayer in second, Josh Berry in third, Noah Gregson in fourth, Austin Hill in fifth, Daniel Hemrick in sixth, and then your first non-Chevrolet, Ty Gibbs in seventh, Ryan Truex in eighth, then Herbst and Jones round out your top 10. And then you have Allgaier, the Dinger, Castle, Nemechek, Brown, your top 15, then Clements, Buford, Curry, Garala, LeBay, your top 20. Burton, Ellis, Yaley, Mills, Weatherman, top 25. Macy, Vargas, Alfredo, Parsons, McLaughlin, Graf, Snyder, Sieg, Kyle Sieg, Joey Gase, Jesse Wuji, and Brett Moffitt, your top 36, and only 36 cars still on the lead lap. Then I believe Ryan Sieg is out of this race. After that contact he received from Ty Gibbs, he's done for the day, and then looks like Brendan Poole pulled his car. I don't know if he had some sort of issue or not, but either way, he pulled off the track on lap 3 and has not since returned. I'm doing pretty well. Simply Shelby TV. Got a bit of a sore throat. Oh my gosh, the rain's back. Oh, dude, don't tell me we're gonna get more rain. This rains. If we get another red flag, guys, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to live stream this whole thing since I'm going out later tonight. But yeah, I think they may try and get it restarted here, but it's just sprinkling a bit. It looks like in 3 and 4. It's not raining super heavy or anything, but because like I know they'll try and push the issue a bit. Like it looks super sunny outside. Um, it's just there's a couple clouds over the grandstands in turns 3 and 4. And like the good news is that this weather should not be an issue tomorrow. There's about like a 0% chance of rain tomorrow in Las Vegas. Man, my throat is dying right now, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so they're coming to the choose cone this time, so I do think they're going to try and get it restarted, even though there's some the slightest amount of precipitation. Creed goes high, Mayer goes low, and his teammate follows him, Josh Berry. Then Gregson goes high, Austin Hill goes low, Hemrick goes high. Man, you got Chevy's locking out in the first 3 rows coming to this restart here. So far, both Ford and Chevy have won a race so far this year, but I think, or wait, no, only Chevy's won races. I thought Custer drove a Ford last week, but no. He drove a Ford. He drove a Ford. So yeah, Toyota's still looking to get into victory lane in the XFINITY Series. So they won last night in the Truck Series. Can it be a weekend sweep for Toyota? Just adjusting the mic a bit here. Okay, so here they come off turn 4. The lights on the pace car are out. Pace car pulls off on pit road. You got Creed on the outside, Mayer on the inside. 2 rookies going at it. And through the Geico restart zone they go. 2 Junior Motorsports cars behind him. Mayer's got a bit of an edge at the stripe. Austin Hill pulls low, making it 3 wide for second. Gregson goes high. They're going to be 3 wide for the lead. Oh, Creed goes up the track. He gets into the corner panel of Gregson. They both save it. That was real close, but Creed's going to lose a ton of spots there. Austin Hill moves up to second, and they're side by side for third. Gibbs all the way up to third. Great restart from that 54 machine. But Creed's all the way back. It looks like maybe the 68 car, Brandon Brown's got a tire rub. Gregson looking to make a move on Austin Hill down into turns 1 and 2. He goes high. He's on the outside of the 21 off corner exit. He's going to have a great run. And the 9 car moves by the 21, and he's up to second. And he's got to run down the back straightaway. He's going to be looking to make a move on his teammate. Gregson won stage 1, didn't have the greatest pit stop under brake, and he's trying to get back to that lead as soon as he can. They're side by side for 6th, and then there's just a whole wad of them back in the midfield. You got Clements, Burton, and Brown 3 wide, and behind them, they're 2 by 2 for a couple rows. Oh, Burton gets tight, and he checks up. Oh, somebody has a huge bobble. They're able to hang on to it. I think that was the 44 car. I thought he was going into the outside wall. That was a great save by Ryan Ellis. Oh, Ryan Truex working the outside of Justin Allgaier off turn 4. He completes that pass for 8th place. Man, there are great battles going on everywhere right now. But still, Mayer leads over Gregson down the back straightaway. And now Justin Allgaier and Landon Castle going back by Ryan Truex. Truex is able to hold off Castle, but Allgaier gets by. Now Herbst's trying to get to the inside of Castle. Gregson running a higher line than just about everybody else. He's trying to get some clean air on that nose and try and get a run on his teammate who's in the lead right now. Oh, Mayer slips off the bottom a little bit off turn 4. That may allow Gregson to have a run on him down the front stretch. Already 1/3 of the laps complete in stage 2. 30 to go in stage 2 at Las Vegas. Oh, Gregson tried to send it in, but he's kind of lost it off the inside line. He's going to slip up the track. And that'll give Mayer a couple of turns to breathe. Allmendinger working his way by Sheldon Creed through turns 3 and 4. This is for 12th place. He's going to get that just pass done. Creed started out front when they came to the restart, but he's all the way back to 14th now as he gets passed by John Hunter Nemechek. But your top 5 now are Mayer, Gregson, Hill, Gibbs, and Barry. 4 Chevys and 1 Toyota. And then after that, you got Jones, Hemrick, Allgaier, Ryan Truex, and Castle, your top 10, and your first Ford of Herbst in 11th. And Justin Allgaier goes to the outside of Daniel Hemrick for 7th place. Just looking at a quick replay of that restart where Sheldon Creed lost a ton of track position. Gregson, who was pushing him, goes to his outside, and then in the middle of turns 1 and 2, he kind of comes down on the 8 car, Josh Berry, a bit, and that actually gets him loose, and he has to get way out of the gas, and he loses about 7 or 8 positions as a result of that. And ever since that restart, he's just been going backwards. He's just got to settle in and start working his way back towards the front. Those RCR cars are pretty fast this weekend. And I think that whole team is going to step up this year. I think you're going to see both the 2 and the 21 in the playoffs. And I think they're going to be pretty competitive. Maybe I wouldn't be surprised if one of them makes it into the Final 4. Looks like the 31 of Myatt Snyder had to make an unscheduled pit stop as he's just coming off pit road. Well, they're going to commercial break, but we're going to keep on looking at the leaderboard, see if anybody picks up any spots. Also, we're just going to see if so now I believe Myatt Snyder with that unscheduled pit stop, he lost 3 laps, so I think maybe they had to repair something. But yeah, so Myatt Snyder, the only car not on lead lap. So far, Jordan Anderson Racing has had a really tough start to this 2022 season. The 31 car got destroyed at Daytona, and they didn't have the strongest of runs last week at Auto Club, and already with some issues here early. And we got a slow car on the track in the yellows out. It's the 34 of Jesse Iwuji. I don't know if he's got a mechanical issue or if he just spun it. I think he may have just spun it in turns 1 and 2. He didn't seem to make any contact with either the inside or the outside wall. I don't know if he got any help or not, but that'll at least give the 31 an opportunity to get one of his laps back. And it'll be interesting. Are we going to see any takers on pit road? This is like the halfway point in stage 2. Yeah, we're looking to see if we can get a replay of what happened to Jesse Iwuji. He was the last car on the lap running in 35th. that's a new operation that he, I believe, partially owns with Emmett Smith, taking that 34 car full time this year. They've also struggled a bit this year. They have been caught up in a couple accidents in the 2 other races. But yeah, at the time of caution, Mayer was your leader, then Gregson, Austin Hill, Gibbs, and Barry are top 5, then Jones, Allgaier, Hemrick, Castle, and Truex the top 10. And then just outside the top 10, you got Herbst, Allmendinger, Nemechek, Creed, Clements, your top 15. Then Garala having a solid run in 16th. Moffitt, Brandon Brown, Jeb Burton, Bailey Curry, your top 20. And pit road's open, and there's a couple takers towards the tail end of the lead lap. I believe the 68 car came down pit road because he did have a tire rub that he got under that last restart. And Guard is honestly, I think that was a pretty bad call for a caution, to be honest. They're showing a replay. He lost it in turns 1 and 2, but he straddled the curb, the inside curb for maybe the majority of that turn, but he didn't even really get past like 90 degrees sideways. Like, yeah, that I really don't think that was caution worthy. It was not too far in front of the leader, so I guess maybe that's why they thought. I mean, that was pretty much the equivalent of Almirola's spin or like save at Auto Club last week, if you know what I'm talking about. Like, I mean, he just got sideways and corrected it, and that's about it. And that was a caution, so I really don't see it deserve to be a caution, but that's whatever. We get to see another crazy restart. And like I said, guys, we're going to be live tomorrow with the Cup Series race from Las Vegas. I'm going to try and figure out a way to make my audio not so like wacky. Like, I mean, I'm not really doing anything except just sometimes it comes across way louder and sometimes it comes across softer. I'm not sure why it's like that. Also going to try and cover up this blue light for tomorrow as well. So yeah, nobody near the front of the pack pitted, nobody inside the top 20 or so. But we'll get restarted with just under 20 to go in stage 2, it looks like. And you got a lot of Chevys at the front with just that one, those couple Toyotas mixed in there. But right now it's been a junior motorsports dominated day. Chevy's the only manufacturer to lead laps today. And Allmendinger was out front for a bit in stage 1, but at the end of the stage, it was Gregson out front. And so far, Mayers led all the laps in stage 2, just about. And Creed was out for front for a little bit under caution. But still, 36 cars still in this race. Brendan Poole's out in this race with a mechanical issue, and Ryan Sieg got taken out by Ty Gibbs, or at least that's how he feels about it, early on in this race. And then Myatt Snyder collapsed down after they had to make an unscheduled pit stop. There is weather in the area, so with 20 to go in stage 2, he's racing pretty hard because if the rain comes out after stage 2 is finished, that means the race can end once you get to the stage 2 point. But so when they come to the stripe to go through this restart, it'll be 20 to go in stage 2. And on the outside line, you'll have Gregson, and on the inside line, you'll have Mayer. Mayer is the control car. But Gregson has probably been the strongest car today, so you're going to see if he can maybe get a good launch on the outside and move to the lead. Mayer will be getting pushed by Austin Hill, and Gregson will be getting a push from Ty Gibbs. And the pace car is off through the Geico restart zone. They go. Mayer on the inside, Gregson on the outside. Who can get the launch? Pretty even, but Gibbs is giving a great push to the one, and Austin Hill goes to the inside of the one. Now they're going to be 3 wide, but Gregson moves out to the front. They're 3 wide for second. Gibbs up the track a bit. He's going to cut back down into that 4th spot, but they're side by side, and Austin Hill maybe taps the one car a bit, and Gregson's driving away, but they're looking to be 3 wide again for second through turns 3 and 4. Mayer on the outside line. He's going to get a good run and clear that battle for second place. Now Gibbs to the outside of Austin Hill for third down the front straightaway. Behind them, Barry and Jones are side by side for 5th. Ty Gibbs clears Austin Hill for 3rd, and now Mayer working the outside of Jones for 5th place. Barry working the outside of Jones for 5th place. And now that Barry takes that spot, Allgaier working the outside of Hemrick. And Allgaier's going to get it done off turn 4, but Gregson's already pulled away by 7/10 with 18 to go in stage 2. He's setting sail on the field. But they're racing hard back in the midfield right now. Now Allgaier hunting down Brandon Jones for 6th spot. Gregson already growing that lead out to almost a full second. He is just pulling away from the field right now. That 9 car's in a different league so far today. Now the 16 working on the 51 to the inside of Clemens through turns 1 and 2. The 51 up the track a bit, and then allow the 16 car to move up to 15th place. And now Allgaier making a move to the inside of Brandon Jones in turns 3 and 4. He dives it in there. And, we've got a crash on the back straightaway. Kyle Weatherman into the inside wall. Pretty heavy front damage. Really on the right front. That thing's really beat up. We're going to have to see if he got some help. I'm assuming he probably got hooked by somebody into the inside wall. They may be able to get that thing back out there, though. He's got that cop car scheme. That's pretty cool. Black and white with the what do you call them? The flashing lights. What do you call that? A light bar? Obviously, it's just a decal, not he's got actual flashing light. And he just gets loose. He may have gotten a bit of help from I'm not quite sure who that is, but either way, he kind of slides off the exit of turn 2 and just hits that inside wall pretty hard, but yeah, really just nicked that right front pretty hard. He may be able to repair that and get back out there. But with another quick caution, that allow that 31 car to get another lap back. And Gregson was pulling away, so he did not want to see a caution there. Now he's going to have to fight for the lead again on this restart. But if he can keep his nose out front, I think that 9 car is going to be pretty much untouchable unless somebody makes some big adjustments and is able to really swing their car in the right direction, because that 9 machine is driving good today. Toasted Marshmallow. Castle's been running in the top 10, bottom half of the top 10 for the majority of the race. Right now, he's in 12th. He's running right behind John Hunter Nemechek and Riley Herbst. But yeah, now your running orders: Gregson, Mayer, Gibbs, Austin Hill, Josh Berry, your top 5. Allgaier, Jones, Truex, Hemrick, Ryan Truex, Hemrick, Herbst, your top 10. Then Nemechek, Castle, Creed, Allmendinger, Clements, Burton, Moffitt, Buford, and Curry, your top 20. Now, I don't think we may see a couple takers on this one. Try and see if they can put on some fresh tires. But there is weather in the area, and with only 15 to go in stage 2, if they can complete stage 2, that means if there's a rain delay, that'll decide the race. So you're probably going to see guys race really hard on this next restart, knowing that the race may end earlier than its designated time. But so far, definitely the Chevrolets have been strong, but specifically, Noah Gragson has been the class of the field. But still, not only one really, I guess, big incident has happened today, and that was when Ryan Sieg got knocked down by Ty Gibbs early on. Ryan Sieg was pretty upset about it, and honestly, it probably was just a result of Ty Gibbs pushing the envelope a bit too early on. Probably didn't need to be racing as hard as he was, and also kind of just a bit of a rookie mistake. But yeah, other than that event, we've had a couple spins, but nothing else really. Nothing more than a one-car incident so far. But guys, there is a rain threat for this race, but there will not be for tomorrow's Cup Series race. It's 0% chance of rain for tomorrow in Las Vegas. And this time at the choose cone, Gragson goes high, Mayer goes low, Gibbs goes high, Hill goes low, Barry goes high, Allgaier goes low, Jones goes high. Who's that goes low? Truex goes low, then Hemrick goes high, and Herbst goes low. So really, not too much crazy strategy here. I mean, at Las Vegas, both the lines are pretty even. But so far, both RCR cars having pretty strong runs. Creed kind of got shuffled out under that last a couple of restarts ago, but he's still in the top 15, and he definitely has a top 10 pace as well as the 21 car. Austin Hill so far in the couple races this year, the 3 races we've had this year has really kind of surprised me. Obviously, the win at Daytona was kind of out of nowhere. I mean, it's a plate track, so I mean, it's kind of a lot about being in the right place, right time. But I mean, Austin Hill really wasn't any crazy talent during his time in the Truck Series. So for him to come out here and win Daytona and to be in the top 10 for this last weekend and be in the top 5 near the front of the field in this race, like definitely deserves a big thumbs up through the first couple races this year. Well, they're going to come to the restart with 12 to go in stage 2. Gragson on the outside, Mayer on the inside, Gibbs pushing Gragson, Hill pushing Mayer. The last couple restarts, Hill has dived low on Mayer and taken it 3 wide into turns 1 and 2. Mayer spins the tire. Oh boy, so does Gibbs. And now Hill giving a good push to the 1, but the 9's going to be able to clear him. Or not quite yet, but he may be able to clear him off corner exit. And they're 3 wide for like 6th or so. But Gregson's out front, and they're side by side for second. Mayer and Gibbs. Hill's tucked in 4th. Gibbs on the outside. He's going to get a good run into turns 3 and 4. And it looks like he's going to clear the 1 off corner exit. Yes, he will. Gibbs is up to second. He's been slowly working his way up through the field. And that 54 car is looking strong today as well as that 9. Now the 21 working the outside of the 1 for 3rd place. And off the exit of turns 1 and 2, the 21's going to have to drive down the back straightaway, but the 1 side drafting him. They're still side by side. Now Jones and Berry are gaining up on these guys, and it looks like Austin Hill's going to have to tuck down behind that one car of Mayer and wait for another opportunity. But behind them, Berry goes to the inside of the 19 off turn 4, and he's going to try and get that pass done by turns 1 and 2, but they're still going to be side by side into turn 1. And now NASCAR decides to cut to a different angle or replay of the last restart. And I really can't tell you what's going on because they're showing us other stuff. Oh, Jeb Burton, they're showing us nearly spun it in turns 1 and 2. He had to get out of the gas a lot. So did Moffitt to avoid hitting him. He lost about 5 or 6 spots because of that. But now it's Gregson, Gibbs, Mayer, Hill, and Jones, your top 5. Then Nemechek all the way up to 6th. How about that? Then you got Barry, Hemrick, Truex, and Allgaier, your top 10. But Barry goes by John Hunter Nemechek for 6th. There's a whole gaggle of them. And now Hemrick going to the inside of the 26. And so that's going to drop the 26 car back to 8th. He was up in 6th just a lap ago. Now the 18's working into the inside of the 26. Barry running that high side. He gets up the track a bit. That may allow Hemrick an opportunity to slide up in front of him. Yes, he will. But Barry's going to look to cross him over. No, he's not just quite yet. Allgaier working to the inside of Ryan Truex for 9th place. But Truex is going to get a good run off turn 4, and so he should be able to hold that spot for now. But the 7 has a great run off corner exit, so now the 7 has a good shot at passing him and completing this pass in turns 1 and 2. Truex having a solid run today. I'd say compared to Bain's run last week, I think Bain showed a bit more strength. But, I mean, he's had a solid run. Like, he's been in the top 10 pretty much the whole day. I mean, as he should be in that tier equipment. Oh, and a hard crash. The 5 into the inside wall in the back straightaway. The 5 of Matt Mills has hit that inside wall a ton. My goodness. I mean, he hammered that inside wall. I don't know if he got help or not, but the front end of that thing is destroyed. This is going to take some time to clean up, and this is probably going to bring us to the end of stage 2 with there only being 6 to go in this stage. But this may bring us to the end of stage 2. You know, that 5 car is destroyed. Yeah, this is definitely going to bring us to the end of the stage. And he has not gotten out of that car yet. They're talking to him. So that's good, but he is still not out of that car. Now we're going to look at a replay here. Off turn 2, down the back straightaway. And, oh, it's somebody else. He was just the innocent bystander. Somebody else is also wrecked. I don't know who that was, but it looks like, was it the 91 car? I'm not sure who's in that, but I think it's the 91 of Mason Massey. Also was involved. He's spun in the outside wall. And the 07 and the 91 are both sideways. So it's the 07 who gets spun. And Joe Graff Jr. comes down and just licks the 5 car and sends the 5 into the inside wall like hard. I mean, that car got off the ground. But yeah, the 5, the innocent bystander in that scenario. But yeah, this is going to definitely bring us to the end of the stage. But yeah, not quite sure what happened yet. It looks like the 91 and the 07 got sideways off turn 2. They weren't the 5. Mills is out on the car, so that's good to see. So he looks like he's okay. He's moving all of his limbs pretty freely, but dang, that definitely hurt. So it's okay. So the '07 cleared himself up the track over the nose of the 91, I think, and that got him and the 91 loose, and he spun down the track, and he would have hit the inside wall, except the 5 was there, and he hit the 5 and then sent the 5 into the inside wall. So that, I mean, that was a lick for the 5 car, but that's definitely going to bring us to the end of stage 2. So yeah, your results to stage 2 will end up being, it looks like Gregson's going to sweep the stages in Vegas, his hometown. Then Gibbs in second, May third, Hill fourth, Hemrick fifth, Jones sixth, Barry seventh, Nemechek eighth, Truex ninth, Allgaier 10th. I think something that I think they should, a rule maybe they should implement for the stage racing is, I mean, this may be somewhat controversial. It doesn't really matter a ton, but for the guys who are racing in a race in a series that they're not declared for points. So like when Kyle Busch races in a truck series race, his stage points don't count, which they don't. But basically, if he wins the stage, the guy that finishes second gets those points. Basically, he gets the stage win in the playoff point, and like third place gets 9 points, and like et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then if there's somebody finished eighth, then that means ninth would basically finish, eighth in the stage, and 10th would finish ninth, and 11th would finish 10th, quote unquote, in terms of the points they received for it. I think you could say the same thing about the end result in races too. Like they wouldn't get the points for the win, maybe. Or actually, I guess no. With the end of the race, no, they probably shouldn't do that. Just with but with the stage racing, at least, I think that'd be a good solution. Some people are like, Kyle Busch just comes down to the truck series and cherry picks all these, points from these like younger, inexperienced guys. Like, I mean, that would allow those truck series drivers who are racing to, still have that same opportunity at the points they could get in the stages as they usually do. But now we've seen 2 back-to-back big incidents down the back straightaway here, so I don't know if we're going to see more. I don't know if we're going to see more innocent drivers days claimed by turn 2 exit in this one, but we'll have to see. Yeah, this will bring us to the end of the stage. And we'll have 120 to go. But if weather may end up coming into the area, so we aren't certain yet whether or not we're going to see rain. But the tension is in the air in this race, since weather is in the area, like I've been saying. So I'm just checking the weather again now to see if it looks like we're going to get rain again. There are some clouds kind of behind turns 3 and 4, but everywhere else it's all nice and sunny. So we did get hit by some like showers when we were under red flag earlier around 2:30, their time, so 5:30 our time. And there's going to be weather in the area, but it looks like they aren't going to get hit by any. I'm just gonna switch the tab I'm sharing really quick and show you guys what I'm seeing. So you guys kind of see there. So kind of show you. This is the track right here on the map, and this was at 245. But yeah. So now we're seeing this is what it's like right now, and it doesn't look like they're going to get any more rain. There are going to be clouds in the area, but it doesn't look like there's going to be any more rain on the track. But there's definitely precipitation in the area, so it could turn into rain. So it looks like they're going to be coming down pit road here in a second, since this will be the end of stage 2, I believe, this time when they come across the stripe. Or I think they've already just completed it, so they'll be coming down pit road here in a sec. And this could be the last pit stop of the day. And Ty Gibbs just threw a water bottle out the window, and a bunch of other guys just ran over it. It was like, it was like, it blew like, it was like a, not just a water bottle, it was like, like a Gatorade bottle with like a hose out the top of it or something. And that thing just broke right in half when Mayer hit it. Looked like he was throwing like a banana out on the track like it's Mario Kart. But here they come down pit road. Gregson leads them on. Looks like Brandon Brown's going to stay out on track, and as well as somebody else further back in the pack. We're not quite sure, not quite who it is. Not quite sure who it is. There you go. But Mayer and Hemrick on pit road. Their stops going pretty smoothly. It looks like everybody's taking 4 tires. Now, nobody trying to pull any strategy here yet. They're going to have to pit again at least some point in the stage if it goes all the way. And Gregson's going to lose the lead off pit road. It'll be Mayer, Hill, Gregson, and Gibbs is also going to lose a couple spots. So it's Mayer and Austin Hill moving up 2 spots. And then Gregson loses 2. He's down to 3rd. Barry picks up 3, and he's up to 4th. And then Gibbs also loses 3 spots and is back down to 5th. So Brandon Brown stayed out because he had to make a pit stop under one of those cautions because he had a tire rub. So his tires aren't super old, but I do think he'll probably get shuffled out pretty quickly here. I think this may be a strategy play more so to see if it just starts raining here before they start going green again, and then he would be in the lead. What's up, everyone? Turning in late, been out riding my motorcycle, 70 degrees today in North Carolina. It's 70 degrees. You divide that by like 3 or 4, and that's how warm it is out here. It's warmer in NC than it is in the desert land of Las Vegas. It's like 50 degrees. They had some rain. It actually turned into snow at one point. It sounds like. So and there is weather in the area, so this race could end up finishing short. But it does look like right now, if you look at the radar, that they should be able to get to the finish, or at least get a decent amount of this final stage finished before that rain were to come or snow. But I will be live for tomorrow's Cup Series race. I wasn't able to be live for last week at Auto Club. This is out skiing, but today I'll be able to, or this weekend I'll be able to be live for the Cup Series at Vegas, and I'm planning to be live for what is after Vegas? I'll be live for Phoenix. I'm just gonna try and now I don't want to see the weekend schedule. I just want to see the schedule. Yeah, so this Vegas race starts tomorrow at 3:30. I'll be going live right about that same time, as well as the Phoenix race also starts at 3:30. Most races start at 3 or 3:30 this year. I'll be doing Vegas, Phoenix, Atlanta, and Coda and Richmond. But then the Martinsville night race, I will be there for that race, so I won't be able to live stream that one. And I also won't be able to live stream the next one because that'll be on Easter Sunday, the Bristol Dirt Race. But then I'll be doing Talladega, which will be after that. So I'll be on like a 2-week hiatus from live streams because I'll be at one race and the other one's on a holiday. So, and then in terms of the Xfinity Series races, it'll probably be just about the same schedule. I'm going to try to prioritize Cup Series races over Xfinity races, but it's really just a matter of how my schedule works out for the weekend. How many laps are left? We've got 105 laps when they come to the green flag to start the final stage. And it's Brandon Brown on the inside on old tires. And then you've got Mayer to his outside on new tires. Gregson's pushing Brown. Hill's pushing Mayer. I wouldn't be surprised if Gregson tries to take Brown 3 wide and go to his inside, diving it down into turns 1 and 2. But the pace car is off. And through the Geico restart zone, they come. Brown on the inside, Mayer on the outside. Chevrolets lock out the first 2 rows. And Brown with a good restart, actually. That was a great launch from the 68. How long will he be able to hold on to this lead with those old tires? And you can already see the one car's roaring back on the outside, and the one's going to get to his outside and off corner exit. It's Mayer in the lead. And now Austin Hill is by Brown as well, and Gibbs to the outside of the 68 as well. And the 68's really checking up, and Gregson has nowhere to go, and Gregson's going to lose a ton of spots. He's all the way back almost outside the top 10 now. Dang, that is not what Gregson wanted to see on this restart. Probably the fastest car today, and he just lost about 7 or 8 spots on this restart. And he may even lose more down the back straightaway here. Now Austin Hill making a move to the inside of Mayer for the lead in turns 3 and 4. Is he going to be able to make it stick? Mayer's going to have a decent runoff corner exit. They're going to be side by side down this front straightaway. And now Gibbs is looking to pounce on both of these guys. And behind him is Justin Allgaier, who's been slowly making his way through the top 10 this race. And then you got John Hunter Nemechek all the way up to 5th in that 26 Toyota. That's a pretty nice run for that team. And Austin Hill's completed the pass off turn 2. And Austin Hill's now in the lead. And Allgaier dives it in on Gibbs for 3rd in turns 3 and 4. But Gibbs is going to have a good run through those turns. But Allgaier has had a really strong exit off turn 4 all day, but it's not going to be enough. And now the 68 car's got a left rear tire down. And he just passed pit road entrance, so he's going to have to limp it all the way around with the left rear flat. So we're going to have to see if this will be able to work out for him or not. He may end up spinning it. He's barely holding on to that thing. I mean, it is on the rim right now. But Austin Hill is pulling away from Sam Mayer. And now John Nemechek going to the outside of Justin Allgaier through turns 3 and 4. He's not going to be able to get to him, but Gibbs, Allgaier, and Nemechek are nose to tail down the front straightaway, and Allgaier pokes to the outside of Gibbs through turns 1 and 2. And Gibbs gets a bit loose. He's going to have to get out of the gas, and Allgaier goes by. Now Nemechek trying to go by, and Barry's also entered the party, and Gregson is now up here. Gibbs is going to lose a couple spots from that bobble in turns 1 and 2. But now Allgaier up to third, Nemechek up to fourth, Berry up to fifth, Gragson up to sixth, and Gibbs drops back to seventh. Brandon Brown was able to make it to pit road, but he's going to lose a lot of laps and a lot of time. That's tough for that team there, having a solid run in the top 20. A risky strategy call ends their day short. Now Gibbs trying to battle back with Gragson, but Gregson's going to have a good run off corner exit down the back straightaway, and he'll clear the 54 into turns 3 and 4. Halfway through this race, 100 laps complete at Las Vegas. And Austin Hill leads by half a second over Sam Mayer, Justin Allgaier, John Hunter Nemechek, and Josh Berry. Now Gragson working to the inside of Josh Berry off turn 2. Down the back straightaway, he's going to side draft his teammate. And in turns 1 and 2, he's going to try and get by. Into turns 3 and 4, he's going to get by the defending winner here at Las Vegas. Gibbs is also going to try and follow Gragson through on that pass. Now he's going to side draft the 8 down the front straightaway, and he may be able to complete that pass into turns 1 and 2. And Hemrick's behind him, and Barry's losing a couple spots here. Brandon Brown's finally back out on track after he had to make an unscheduled pit stop for a flat tire, but he's lost at least a couple laps. But Gibbs is going to get loose again off turn 2, and then he's going to get split, and he's in the middle of 3 wide with Hemrick and Barry. And now Hemrick trying to get a 2 for 1, and he's going to slide up in front of both these guys, and he's going to get it done. Hemrick picks up 2 spots with a bold move in turns 3 and 4. But now Barry with the big run. He's to the outside of the 11 in turns 1 and 2. And Allgaier has gotten by Sam Mayer, but Mayer's got a good run off turn 2, and he's going to go flying by the outside of the 7. But that 7 car looks strong now. He is making up spots, and he's looking to get second place from his teammate here quick. Now Allgaier looking to set up another pass, and it looks like Gregson's gotten by John Hunter Nemechek for 4th. Now Gregson's back up to 4th after that terrible restart when he got pinned behind the 68. Now Allgaier to the inside of his teammate down the back straightaway. This may be his opportunity to get the pass done on Mayer. And it looks like he'll be able to complete the pass off turn 4 exit. And now it's Allgaier up to second place. Austin Hill leads 3 junior motorsports cars. And then John Hunter Nemechek rounds out the top 5. Austin Hill still leads by 6/10. They're working their way through lap traffic now already. This is going to be our longest run of the day here soon, pretty quick. Ryan Truex in a battle with Riley Herbst for 13th, and he's going to be able to hold off Herbst. Now, Barry trying to get by Gibbs. Gibbs was up towards the top 5, but he's been slipping back during this run after a couple bobbles in turns 1 and 2. Oh, but Barry's going to get pinned behind the 34 of Jesse Iwuji, and he's going to lose a ton of ground there. He had to get out the throttle big time, and that allows Sheldon Creed to be on the bumper of the 8. The 2 car was out front early on in this thing, but after a couple of bad restarts, he got shuffled back outside the top 10. Now he's working his way back towards the front. He's up to 9th. He's looking to get 8th from Josh Berry. Oh, but Allgaier's caught up to the 21. The 21 was able to hold on to the lead for a bit with the fresh air, but that 7 car is strong. And Allgaier's definitely going to be looking to complete this pass as soon as he can because he knows the strongest car of the day, Noah Gragson, is hungry and coming in a hurry, and he's looking to get by Sam Mayer for 3rd here in a second. And Gragson to the inside of the 1 into turns 1 and 2. And he has to get out of the gas a bit, but the 1's going to be able to hold on to that spot for now down the back straightaway. And now the laps are just clicking by, coming to 92 to go at Las Vegas. Mart Rikowski, Nemechek did well in the truck race, KBM 123. He actually got crashed, though, on the last lap, I believe. Or maybe it was right after he finished, but I actually don't think he did get a great result in that race. He was strong, though, all night. Junior Motorsports looking strong, and Justin Allgaier is your weekly pick mark. Allgaier is always a threat on a week-to-week basis in the Xfinity Series. And he's looking to get it done today at Vegas. Herbst and Ryan Truex still duking it out for 13th. They've been going back and forth for the last couple of laps. Truex holds onto that spot after another charge from Herbst through turns 3 and 4. And now Allgaier to the outside of the 21 through turns 1 and 2. He gets a good run through turn 2 and off-corner exit. The 7 now in front. Can the 21 make a move? He still does inside in turns 3 and 4. And it looks like Allgaier is going to be able to complete this pass, but the lap cars to his outside. Will that slow him up at all? No. Allgaier's out front with 90 to go in Vegas. Austin Hill drops back to second. But Allgaier's got side-by-side lap cars ahead of him. They're going to move out of the way. And so that will allow him to get by them pretty easily. That won't slow him up much. Now, Allgaier's already put a half a second on Austin Hill in under a lap. And he's pulling away from the field. So Gregson's got to feel the pressure right now. He knows he has the fastest car. But Allgaier's got a pretty fast car today as well. So if Allgaier can get that fresh air, Gregson knows it's going to be hard to get to his teammate. Castle works his way to the inside of Brandon Jones. He's going to try and complete that pass. And he will. And Brandon Jones gets tight. And that's going to allow Ryan Truex to go by the 19 car. Truex is up to 12th. Allgaier already got over a second lead over Austin Hill. Gregson trying to get by his teammate Mayer for third. Through turns 1 and 2, Gregson takes a higher line, but he's kind of stuck behind the lap car of Joe Graff Jr. And that's really going to kill his momentum. And this is our longest green flag run of the day. And Hemrick's also catching up to Gregson now. So Gregson's going to want to try and get by Mayer here soon because he doesn't want to have to start worrying about playing the defensive against Hemrick. Oh, my gosh. Also, Mark. But now Hemrick is up to 5th place. And he's on the bumper of Gregson now with 85 to go. Also, a couple guys having strong runs today. Nemechek up in 7th. Obviously, we know he's a talented driver, but that equipment is not the best. Ryan Truex making one of his, I think he's got 4 starts this year on that 18 car. He's up in 12th. Moffitt in 15th. Ellis making his first start of the year. He's up in 16th. He's having a strong run for Alpha Prime Racing. Then Garala, the other Alpha Prime car, is up in 18th. But they're cutting to commercial break, and Allgaier stays out front. Mayer's gotten by Austin Hill for 2nd place. No, they're going to stay side by side, thankfully for us. But Allgaier's starting to put some of these guys a lap down now. He's lapped up to 28th. And he's got quite a few cars up in front of him. This is our longest green flag run of the day. We've had so many cautions in this race. There's not really been any big wrecks, but quite a few one-car incidents. Gregson's also now gotten by Austin Hill, so it's Junior Motorsports 1, 2, 3. All 4 Junior Motorsports cars are in the top 8. Josh Berry, the one who a lot of people thought was going to win this race since he won here last fall at Las Vegas, he's having the toughest day out of any of them. And the laps are just clicking by since we're under green. Coming to 80 to go here next time by. Gibbs is now gotten by, or Hemrick and Gibbs are now going at it. Looks like Gibbs has gotten by Hemrick, and now he's looking to get by Austin Hill. As this run goes on, that 21 car of Austin Hill looks like his car is just getting weaker and weaker. He was out front about 10 laps ago, and now he's about to drop back to 5th here. At the start of this run, that 54 was getting really tight, but now it looks like that car is coming back to him. And now Gregson's finally gotten by Sam Mayer through turns 1 and 2. It's taken him about 20 laps. But Gregson's finally up to 2nd place, but he's 3 seconds behind the leader, Justin Allgaier. Gregson, I think, still has the fastest car on the track, but I don't know if he's going to be able to make up 3 seconds now. But if this green flag keeps on going, the leader's starting to get into really heavy lap traffic now. He'll be starting to get up into the top 20, and those guys are going to start to fight him a bit more. So that'll help Gregson catch up to Allgaier. Floyd Allen, Ty Gibbs is a good guy and can drive, but he should have respect for the other drivers. Ty hasn't really had to work to get a ride. Anyone can win if their car is more power and better handling than anyone else. Ask Michael Waltrip. That's very true, Floyd Allen. I think Ty Gibbs definitely has talent. I think he's good. He won 4 races last year. Didn't he win his first career start at the road course? He's definitely got talent, but he's definitely a bit reckless. He's got a lot to learn. But I think that'll all come in time. But he's definitely making a lot of enemies here early in his career. And he's looking to get by Sam Mayer here for 3rd. And actually, I think Ty Gibbs may be the fastest car on the track right now. He just passed Hemrick and Austin Hill not too long ago. And now he's looking to get by Sam Mayer for 3rd. And now Hemrick is getting by Austin Hill for 5th place. As this run goes on, that 21 really is just getting weaker and weaker. He's back to 6th. And Josh Berry is not too far behind him. Gregson and Allgaier are running pretty even lap times. Gregson maybe just a hit. Last time by, that's the fastest laps of the day. But last time by, Allgaier and Gregson ran nearly even lap times. Mayer now trying to go back by Gibbs. He goes to his inside through turns 3 and 4. But Gibbs gets a good run off that outside line. And he's not quite clear of him yet in turns 1 and 2. So he's going to have to continue this fight through turns 1 and 2. But I think he may have it done now with a really good run on that outside line. And the 54 is up to 3rd. Yeah, Gregson's the fastest car on the track. And Gibbs last time by was the fastest car on the track. But they are both considerably faster than Justin Allgaier, who's your leader right now. But then again, Allgaier is having to work his way through lap traffic, so that may also be what's hindering his lap times a bit as he's moving to the inside of the 99. And he's got Anthony Alfredo ahead of him. He's going to be trying to put a lap down. This is Alfredo running 23rd, last car on the lead lap at the moment, but he's about to go a lap down to Allgaier. And now this time at the stripe with 73 to go. I'm looking to see when the lap times come in. Okay, the NASCAR website's a bit slower than real time, I guess. Or maybe it's a bit ahead of real time. I don't know. That time by, Allgaier was a 10th quicker than Gregson, but a 10th slower than Gibbs. So those top three are all pretty even in terms of lap time. But right now, lap times have fallen off about 2 seconds a lap. So pitting for tires now will definitely make you feel fast compared to the rest of the field. But then again, you don't want to pit early and then get caught out by a caution. So then you'll be trapped 2 laps down. And it does look like a couple guys are coming to pit road, but it doesn't look like anybody near the front. I think that was the 4 car maybe that pulled off just now. Or maybe it was the 34, actually. My bad. But 70 to go here at Vegas. Allgaier leads by 2.7 over Gregson. And so Gregson and Gibbs are definitely catching Allgaier, just not super fast. It was when Gregson got by Mayer, it was 3.5 seconds. So he's taken 7/10 out of that gap. But the thing is Gibbs is catching both of them faster than Gregson's catching Allgaier. So Gregson's going to be battling Gibbs before he's battling Allgaier. And that'll slow both of them down. But now Allgaier's caught up to Alex LeBay running 19th. So Allgaier will be lapping up into the top 15 here pretty soon. So it's going to be harder and harder to put these guys lap down. And Gibbs has finally caught up to the bumper of Gregson through turns 3 and 4. They're going by the lapped car, the 99. That allowed Gregson to put a little bit more gap between him and the 54. The 54 caught the 99 at not the greatest spot on the racetrack, but the 54 definitely is faster than that 9 car right now. Hemrick's going by Sam Mayer for 4th place. It does look like that 1 car is also losing a bit of speed on the long run. Oh, and the 54 catches another lapped car in a bad spot. That's the 23 of Alfredo, and Alfredo gets shoved up the track by the 54, and he nearly puts the 27 of Jeb Burton in the wall. That was another situation where it really kind of feels like Gibbs was kind of pushing the envelope a bit there, like almost what he did with Sieg. He nearly ran over the guy in front of him. Now, it was a lapped car in this scenario, but I mean, Justin Allgaier's got some debris on the front grille. He's trying to get off, but he may be able to do it right now. He gets right on the bumper of the 36 of Alex LeBay, and I think he got off the majority of that debris. But now Allgaier's, after he looks like he got that debris. Yeah, he did. So now he's up. And now he's lapped LeBay, so now he's lapped all the way up to 18th. The last car in lead lap now is Jeremy Clements. But because he had to get right behind that lapped car, that cost him some time. Now his lead's only 2.3 seconds over Gregson. Well, yeah, last time by when Allgaier had to pull that stunt, he lost 4/10 to Gregson and a half a second to Gibbs. And Hemrick's also running pretty close lap times to the top 3. Not quite as fast, but also pretty solid times. And Sheldon Creed's gotten by somebody. He's up to 8th. I think he got by Adrian Allmendinger. And he'll be catching Josh Berry here pretty soon as well. Sheldon Creed had a good shot at winning this race today. And at least he's got a good shot at getting a solid finish today, I'd say. And he has gotten by Josh Berry. Josh Berry's dropped back to 9th place. He's also been passed by AJ Allmendinger. I think the NASCAR website. No, it's pretty up to date. It's a little bit behind the broadcast. Not too bad. I thought it was farther behind than what it was. But yeah, Berry's back to 9th. So it does look like the 8 and the 1 don't have great long run speed, as well as the 21. But the 7, 9, 54, the 2 definitely have good long run cars. And Gregson's coming down to pit road, the first of the leaders to pit. And he was really fighting that thing to get it down to pit road, but he gets it down to pit road. Now, will this drag everybody else? We're going to have to see. Gregson's still the only car to pit out of the top 10. And you don't want to make any mistakes on pit road. You don't want to get a penalty. That'll throw away your day. And the field cycling by pit road once again. Is anybody else going to pull down with him? Ryan Ellis comes to pit from 16th. AJ Allmendinger and Sheldon Creed battling for 6th place. And I thought Allgaier may have been coming there for a second, but he's still out there. Ural is also coming to pit road from the 15th position now. It's still not they aren't really coming down. There's not Gregson pitting did not bring the whole field with him, that's for sure, but he's got those Mr. Feel-Goods, 4 fresh tires. In his last time by, he ran let's see, what was Gregson's lap time? Oh, well, I'm trying to see. I'm going to have to give him another couple laps, but so Creed got by Barry, but now he's gotten passed by Allmendinger. Now he's getting passed by Barry again, it looks like, as they're catching some lap traffic in a bad spot. Oh, but Creed's going to thread the middle, and he goes 3 wide through the middle of 2 lapped cars, and he's going to get that done. I'll give him some breathing room between him and Barry for at least another couple laps. And now that time by, Gregson ran a 31.2, and your leader ran a 31.9. And Creed comes to pit road. So that's the second car from the top 10 to come into pit. It looked like he was getting loose coming down pit road. I don't know if something happened or not. Oh, he nearly got ran over from behind. That's one thing. And now Hemmer comes to pit. He was running in 3rd. And yes, I think we're going to start to see guys come with now under 60 to go in this race. They're splitting this final stage in half just about. Now, is anybody going to try and stay out and run as long as they can and hope for a caution? Now, Allmendinger comes down. Ryan Truex comes down. Allgaier and Gibbs still haven't pitted. So the gap when they pitted, it was about 2.5 seconds from Allgaier to Gregson, who was in 2nd place. It'll be interesting to see if Gregson pitting earlier will make that gap decrease. It probably will, but just how much is the question. Now Herbst's down to pit. And Gibbs is in the pit from 2nd place. So now only about 10 or so cars still got to come to pit road. Now, the idea with not coming into pit as soon as you possibly can is so that way you have better equipment for later in the run. But here comes Allgaier from the lead to pit. And the gap when they pitted, Gibbs was about 1.8 seconds behind Allgaier. Gibbs comes 1 lap before Allgaier. We'll have to see if that makes any bit of a difference. And the gap from Gregson to Allgaier was 2.5 seconds. We'll have to see if that gap has decreased. Mayer, Jones, and a couple others still have to pit. And Josh Berry is going slow on the apron. I think he may have tried to pit and missed pit road entry. Oh, somebody got busted for speeding. I'm not sure who. Oh, Barry missed pit road. That is correct. Somebody got Oh, but Creed was the one who got busted for speeding. And oh, Barry nearly got turned by Kaz Garala. I think that was Barry's fault, if I have to say. I mean, I don't know. I guess Carl could have avoided him. Honestly, they're just lucky that that was not a worse incident there. Jones, LeBay, Kyle Sieg, and Joey Gase are some of the only cars that have not pitted. And Brandon Jones is in the lead. And now here he comes to pit road. Saddle cycle. I believe LeBay or Gregson. LeBay did the lead temporarily, but Gregson is leading now over Allgaier. So Gregson came a couple laps earlier, and that gave him the lead over Allgaier and Gibbs. So for now, that was a smart strategy play by that 9 team, as they're out front with 50 to go in Vegas. But Gregson's in second now behind Alex Abay, the only car that has not pitted. And it looks like the 36 is pulling down the inside. So the 36 is going to pit now. And the 9 goes to the lead. And he's got a pretty big gap from him to Allgaier in second place. I'd say about a second and a half or so. But Gregson came so early that he's going to be 2 laps short on fuel. So now he's going to have to save fuel from the lead. And he's only got a second lead over his teammate Justin Allgaier. So that's definitely going to hurt for Gregson. He's gonna definitely be trying to push to build that gap over his teammate, but he's got to save 2 laps of fuel, about 3 miles. But Gibbs was pretty much the big loser under that round of green flag pit stops. He was 1.8 seconds behind Allgaier when they pitted, and now he's dropped from second to third, but now he's nearly 4 seconds behind Allgaier and nearly 5 behind our leader. Now, I'd probably assume maybe they had a bit of a slower pit stop, but either way, Gibbs was definitely the big loser. He was catching up to the bumper of the 7 towards the end of that last green flag run, but now he's got almost a full turn in between him and the leaders. But 50 to go, and Gregson still leads. Only 14 cars still on the lead lap. Those 2 junior motorsports cars and Gibbs have been putting up some crazy pace compared to the field. But right now, your running order: Gregson, Allgaier, Gibbs, Hemrick, Allmendinger, your top 5. Then Truex, Hill, Jones, Castle, and Mayer, your top 10. Mayer's dropped down quite a bit throughout this run. Then Herbst, Barry, Nemechek, Moffitt, and Creed, your top 15. Creed had to pit a second time. He was running up in 7th, but he was speeding on pit road, so he's dropped back to 15th. And he's out of Ryan Ellis, Jeremy Clements, Kaz Grala, Bailey Curry, and Anthony Alfredo, your top 20. Wow, this is pretty crazy. There's only 14 cars on the lead lap, and there's 3 cars that are 1 lap down. So it's like you're either on the lead lap or you're 2 laps down, basically, almost. And Allgaier makes a move to the inside of Gregson off turn 4. Allgaier's car is looking really strong, but Gregson's got the run. They're side by side entering turn 1. Who's going to get the good run through the corner? The 7 edges out front, but I don't know if he's going to be able to clear the 9 off corner exit. No, he won't. So the 9's still going to be on his outside down the back straightaway. And so the 9 gets the run down the backstretch, and the 7's going to tuck into second place. He's going to have to wait and set up his move. The 7 runs a bit of a higher line through turns 3 and 4. Now he kind of crosses under to the inside of the 9. He's side drafting him down the front straightaway. The 7's down on the apron, but the 9's still to his outside. Can the 7 clear the 9 through turns 1 and 2 this time? No, he can't. He's also got a lapped car in front of him, so He's going to have to tuck in behind the 9. No, he's not this time. He's going to side draft the 9 down the back straightaway. Now he's got the edge entering turns 3 and 4. The 9 goes up the track quite a bit, and now it's the 7 out to the lead. Gragson had a bit of a bobble through turns 3 and 4, and Allgaier is your leader with 45 to go in Vegas. But now Allgaier is going to look to pull away from his teammate Gragson. But the question is, are we going to see another caution in this race? We know there's nobody has to pit again. And it doesn't look like Allgaier is going to lose his lead unless something crazy happens. I mean, so we'll have to see. But the 7 and the 9 are really in a class of their own right now. I mean, they've got a 5-second gap to 3rd and 4th, a 10-second gap to 5th. Mayer's in 10th, and he's 20 seconds behind, and there's only 14 cars on the lead lap, and they're about to make that 13 as they're about to put Moffitt a lap down. And Allgaier is fighting the O2 hard. That's the thing is Gragson still has a bit of a chance because even though the 7's faster, he's going to be having to fight these lap cars pretty hard. And they're showing where the difference was between the 54 and the 7 and how the 54 lost so much time on pit road. A lot of it was in pit road entry. He lost like 3 or 4 car lengths when they entered pit road because he got on the brakes way earlier than the 7. And that's just a lack of experience right there and knowing how far you can push it. And the 7 really taking advantage of that gap and knowledge. But the 7's going to be coming up on a gaggle of 3 cars on the lead lap, Herbst, Berry, and Nemechek that are all right on top of each other. So when he goes to put those guys lap down, it's not going to be easy for him. But Gregson's falling behind pretty quickly because he's got to save some gas since he pitted so early. It got him the lead, but he had to save 2 laps worth of fuel. But right now, Allgaier and Gibbs are running basically the same lap times. $40 to go in Las Vegas. Oh my God, dude, so many. I'm going to have to. Yeah, the chat bots are going crazy today. That's all I gotta say. Okay, we got 39 to go. About to be 38 to go, and Allgaier's got a 2-second lead now over Gragson. So this is Allgaier's race to lose at the moment. Yeah, Gregson's still saving gas, so he's having to lose tons of time to the other guys in the top 5 since he's got to spend a lot more time off throttle. But right now, your top 10, Allgaier, Gregson, Gibbs, Hemrick, Truex, Allmendinger, Austin Hill, Brandon Jones, Landon Castle, Sam Mayer, top 10. And then just outside the top 10, you got Herbst, Barry, and John Hunter Nemechek, the last car on the lead lap. Right now, Allgaier's pulling away 3-second gap now to Gregson, and he is really pulling away from Gibbs as well as the only other car that's really comparative in lap time. That gap was 4.5 seconds, now up to 5.5. And last time by, Allgaier runs a 31.49. Gregson ran a 31.7. So Gibbs was 0.04 quicker, so hardly any difference. And nobody else. Landon Castle ran a 31.48, so he ran pretty similar lap time. Nemechek ran similar lap time, but other than those two guys, no one else below 31.5. Now this time laps are in. Allgaier runs a 31.3. Yeah, and nobody else is even close to that time. The closest is Gibbs, and he's 0.2 off that. I think Nemechek actually may be the second fastest car on the track right now, but he's all the way back in 13th. Either way, Allgaier is miles faster than the field right now. My goodness. He didn't really seem to have the speed in the first two stages of the race, but in the final stage, man, he came to play. But still, today, it's really been a Junior Motorsports dominated day, a Chevrolet dominated day. I think Chevrolet's led every single lap so far. Maybe that changed because of a lead cycle under caution, but I believe, yeah, Jones led a couple laps under that green flag pit stops. But this has been a Chevrolet dominated day, whether it's been Allgaier, Gregson, or Allmendinger who's been the car out front. Also, Ryan Truex is having a solid run. I didn't even notice, but he worked his way up to 5th. He's into the top 5. But yeah, Gregson's going to get passed by Gibbs here soon. His lap times are about a 10th or 2 slower each time than Gibbs. And if Gibbs can keep pushing the issue, his lap times aren't that much slower than Allgaier's. And Allgaier is going to have to work through some annoying lap traffic when he gets to Nemechek, Herbst. Nemechek and Herbst. And he will be getting to Barry and Mayer, though, but those guys are his teammates, so I assume they'll probably let him by. But still, are we going to see another caution? Because that could change everything. But some of the guys having a solid run today. Ryan Ellis in 16th. Bailey Curry in 18th. Oh, we've got a big crash. 3 of the lapped cars are out. I mean, that is huge, guys. Vargas, the 99 of Parsons. Somebody else was also involved. It looked like somebody maybe spun in front of the both of them. Castle's coming down pit road. I think he may have been involved. Like I was saying, a caution could change everything. And this is huge. A couple guys have gotten pretty heavy damage. The 60, the 6, the 99, both their days are done. Stephen Parsons in the 99, his day's done. The 34 of Jesse Iwuji. Oh, I think that may have started with Iwuji. Because as Vargas ran into the back of somebody and Parsons ran into the back of Vargas. I just didn't know who Vargas ran into. Oh, Iwuji just... Oh, boy. Awuji just loses it in the second groove, similar to how Todd Bodine did it a couple times yesterday. And Vargas and Parsons literally had nowhere to go. They were coming with a full head of steam. And Hill and Jones just snuck by to the inside. Man, Vargas's car, the rear end of that thing got knocked in the air after the 99 hit the back of the 6. But Castle spun down onto pit road to avoid contact, but so that car should be all right. Yeah, the 34, the 6, the 99, they're all done. Tough day for BJ McLeod Motorsports with the 99 and the 5. And Vargas really mad. Yeah, he's definitely going to be mad at 34. And Iwuji, Iwuji just spun. I mean, he literally just spun, and that was the second time today. He just spun. Like I definitely have to say, Iwuji probably should not be out on the track. I like the guy; he's got a really cool story, but the guy probably should not be out on the track. That's just my opinion. Like, and I know, like I saw interviews with him. He's a nice guy. He's a cool dude, but he's definitely been driving a bit in over his head today with 2 spins just in the middle of the corner all by himself. And as a result, I mean, the guy's 17 laps down, and he like that's just from him. Like, I mean, that is, but he's taken out 2 other cars now that were smaller teams, and they're having solid runs up in the top 25. Like, I mean, like, yeah, Vargas and Parsons should be mad. What's up, Ken Dog Sports? Justin saved the best for last, Mark. Well, now he's really going to have to see if he's got that short run speed. We know he's got long run speed, but now we're going to get restarted with about 20 to go, and it's going to get crazy. And now, is anybody going to pit? We've put about 30 laps or so on these tires, 30 laps. Only 13 cars on the lead lap. Now 14. Brett Moffitt was the free pass car. So I definitely think you're going to see some people try and pit. I'm not sure how many tires these guys have down on pit road, but you may see everybody pit, you may not. But yeah, with only 13 cars on lead lap, I would definitely come down and pit if I'm running in like 8th or 9th. Or maybe you'll see the leaders pit, and then if I'm running in 8th or 9th, I may try and dice it up and stay out. Thank you guys for 13 likes. I appreciate it. Got 7 people tuning in right now. Appreciate everybody who's checking it out. $25 to go. I'm not sure pit road's open. I don't think it's open this time. But yeah, Brett Moffitt, he's definitely got the potential to have a great run today. He's the free pass car, like I was saying. And with 14 cars on the lead lap, he could definitely pick up some ground. But now with the 34, the 6, and the 99 retiring from this race, that leaves us with about 30 cars still in this race. And I don't know. We've only got 14 cars still on lead lap. Most of these guys, I would say, are pretty cool-headed drivers, but that's not true. When you got Gibbs, Gregson, you got and then you got Mayer. You got they actually may make it. They may dice it up a bit. Up to 14 likes. How about that? Appreciate it. If we could hit 20, that'd be pretty great. Appreciate the couple hundred of you guys who have tuned in throughout the day. 25 to go. Things are going to get treacherous. 25 to go. Things are going to get crazy. Tomorrow, I'm super excited for tomorrow's race. I'm interested to see, can Larson go back to back? I don't think he will. I think he'll have a solid car. I do have to say, if he wins tomorrow, it's going to be a lot more interesting than, or not a lot more interesting than last week, but like last week, he did not have the best car. The best car was Reddick, Byron, or Jones, and those guys kind of just got shuffled down at the end, and the 5 was just there at the right time. And honestly, Suarez could have won that race if he didn't go low for some reason in turns 3 and 4. That really hurt him. But the 5 definitely has a stronger car this weekend than they did last weekend in terms of compared to the field. But Bell got the pole. He was strong in practice. I think Blaney and Logano are definitely going to be strong because, this is one of those races that is circled on Penske's, list. It's sponsored by one of their big sponsors, Pennzoil. So, they're definitely going to be looking to get this win for their sponsor. I mean, Pennzoil is sponsoring 2 cars in this race. They're doubling up with Logano and Blaney this weekend. So I think those 2 cars will definitely be a threat. And I think Elliott's going to be looking for some vengeance after last week. And also, are we going to continue to see the pattern of new faces towards the front? I mean, Chase Briscoe is going to be near the front at the start of this one. He showed pace. He showed pace last week. I think this next-gen car is really helping Briscoe show that he does have quite a bit of talent. A lot of people are doubting him last year because he didn't really show too much promise other than at the Indy Road Course. Tomorrow, you're betting on one of the Bush Brushers, Mark. I think Kyle's the one who would have the better shot. So far, Kurt's really struggled, as well as 23XI as a whole. And it looks like all the cars on the lead lap are coming down. I don't think anybody's risking staying out right now. I'm looking to see. I think everybody came down, but I'm not 100% certain. We'll see here in a sec. And Allgaier's easily going to win the race off pit road. And then it'll be, Gregson's going to lose a spot to Gibbs. Gibbs moves up to second. Gregson back to third. Allmendinger picks up 2 spots. He's up to fourth. Then Hemrick and Truex both lose 1. Then Austin Hill, Brandon Jones, Sam Mayer, and Josh Berry. Your top 10 when they come off pit road. Oh, we were just going to meet over there, but I can ask him to pick us up. Okay. Sorry about that. Anyways, so we'll be getting restarted here with less than 20 to go. Probably right about 20 to go, actually. And I think we're probably going to see another caution just with how racy things have been on the restarts throughout the day. I think when they come to the choose cone, I think you'll probably see Gregson go high, and then you'll see the 2 Toyota teammates go low, or vice versa. And then probably Allmendinger will go with Gregson. The only thing is since Allgaier, or wait, oops, I my bad. So when they come to the choose cone, it's going to be Allgaier. He'll go low, and then Gibbs will go high or whatever, and Gregson will just go with his teammate, and then Allmendinger will go with Gibbs, and then probably Hemrick will go with his colleague teammate, and then Truex will go low, and then it's pretty much whatever from there on. Because here at Vegas, both lanes are essentially even, as I did say, all the lead lap cars did pit there, and now there are 14 cars on lead lap. Moffitt got the free pass, and there may be I don't think anybody took the wave around. I'm not sure. But Sheldon Creed, Jeremy Clements, Ryan Ellis, the 3 cars that are 1 lap down that'll be battling for the lucky dog if we do get another caution. Sheldon Creed definitely has pace in that car, but he sped under green flag pit stops, and that put him a lap down. So if Creed can get back on the lap, RCR may be able to get both their cars in the top 10. Yeah, you don't want to miss a shift or spin the tires. Who am I picking to win? Whew. I don't know. My bet is it's Allgaier or Gragson. But if I had to pick between the two, I'll just say Allgaier. I'm just going to say Allgaier because he's got the track position. I think Gregson's really going to fight for it. But Allgaier, I think, has the faster car right now. But then again, I'm not really sure. But yeah, no, I think my underdog pick, somebody who's not in the top 5 or top 5 right now who could win is, I will say, I don't know. I could say Austin Hill gets 2 wins already in this year. Or John Hunter Nemechek or Brett Moffitt. Because Nemechek he has been strong on all these restarts. Like, he has picked up a ton of spots. So if we get another restart too, I think Nemechek may pick up some spots and get near the front. But here we're coming. The lights are on the pace car. It's Allgaier high, Gibbs low, then Gragson pushing Allgaier, and Allmendinger pushing Gibbs. They'll be coming to the restart with 20 to go, and the pace car pulls down to pit road. Allgaier on the high side, Gibbs on the low side. Through the Geico restart zone they go for possibly the final time today. Gregson's not on the bumper of Allgaier to give him a push, but now Hemrick's giving a great shove to the 9, but Allgaier's in the middle. Gragson goes high, and Hemrick with a great shove to the 9. The 9 may be able to get out to the front. He's on the high side, and he's going to clear the 7 and the 54. And with a great push from the 11, Gragson goes to the lead down the back straightaway, and they're 3 wide for second place. Hemrick on the outside is trying to clear Allgaier and Gibbs. He can't quite do it. And now Allgaier's going to kind of lose that battle. And now it's Hemrick up to second, and Allgaier side by side with Gibbs for third. Hemrick with a great shove to the 9 pushes both of them to the first and second, and Austin Hill cuts down to the inside to almost try and make it 3 wide. Oh, Mayer gets loose. He gets tapped from the 19. Mayer's in the wall, and that's going to bring out the caution. And that's probably going to end Mayer's day. The rear bumper's been ripped off the back of the 1 car. Or, well, never mind. It's hanging on by a thread. But he's going to lose. He's definitely going to lose a couple laps when they repair that. So that's the end of Mayer's day. He was having a strong run. Now it's a matter of who got the lucky dog. And it looks like they were 3 wide entering turn 1, and I'm not sure if he came down or the 19 came up. But either way, the 19 got into the corner panel of the 1, and the 1 almost saved it. And he just went up in the outside wall. That restart was crazy. Hemrick gave the push of a lifetime to the back of that 9 car, and they took them from second and third in the outside line to 1-2 in the lead when they put Allgaier 3 wide. Here we're now going to give you a replay. It's so they were 3 wide. You had Creed low, it looks like, to the inside of Jones and Mayer. And yeah, no, Jones just came up and he got into the 1 and the 98 actually, but the 98 was able to corral it. And I do believe Sheldon Creed is your free pass car. I'm going to try and confirm that for you. Now it's saying Jeremy Clements may have gotten it, but Sheldon Creed was running up to trying to tell you now. No, Sheldon Creed is your free pass car, but I think Jeremy Clements took the wave around under that last caution. That's why. So now that puts 16 cars on lead lap. And Now that'll have Bailey Curry, Kyle Sieg, and Anthony Alfredo will all be battling for the free pass. If we were to get another caution, they're the 3 cars 1 lap down. Well, they're trying to get that 1 car back out there, but and there are so many cars. If they can actually get that 1 back out there, he should be able to salvage decent points because he was in the top 10 in both stages. And there are a lot of cars like 3 or 4 laps down. So they can take their time on pit road, and he may still be able to get like a top 25, top 30 finish. So, but the Toyotas have been frustrating some guys in the top 10 today, with Gibbs taking out Sieg and Jones taking out Mayer. So now so now I said Allgaier was my pick to win, but now I think Hemrick may be my pick to win. It's Hemrick or Gregson. Hemrick looked so strong on that restart, but I think Gregson's faster, but Hemrick looked great on that restart. And he's kind of been a sleeper in the top 5 most of the day. But Austin Hill's up to 5th. I also said he was a decent pick. And Nemechek picked up 2 spots under that last restart. Like I said, he was probably going to pick up a couple spots. I also want to see, I really want to see Moffitt be able to move up into the top 10, pick up a good result here, help his playoff hopes. So they'll be coming to the choose cone this time. And so I think they'll be getting restarted with 14 to go. The 19 Bubba upped. Yeah. Mark Rikowski, are you saying this should be like a new rule, 25 laps or less, don't count laps under caution? I don't know. I think that'd be interesting, but then the races would just go on forever, you know? Like, especially if you kept the, because then you'd, keep the overtime rule, basically. So, yeah, that would just take forever if you were to get a string of cautions towards the end. Like, I think it'd be a cool rule. I wouldn't mind it. It would just make races go so long sometimes. Like the super speedways keep wrecking at the end over and over and over again. Or is it kind of like in that the LA Coliseum race, that one last chance qualifier, they wrecked like 10 times in the last 10 laps because they weren't counting caution laps. So they didn't come to the juice cone this time, so I think they're coming next time. So that means they'll get restarted with 13 to go. I do have to say I don't think you should count the laps in between stages, because it always makes stage 2 so much shorter than stage 1, depending on more so not so much at the Cup Series level because the stages are so long, but at this Xfinity race, the stages are 45 laps. Then they spend like 7 or 8 laps under caution at the end of the stage. Then that means like the second stage is really like 30 laps long. So that's I do kind of agree with that, or just don't throw the caution for stage breaks in general. I think you should definitely do it at road courses. Don't throw the caution for stage breaks, especially at Road America, because cautions at Road America take forever because it's so big for a caution lap. If there's a way, like when they're doing caution laps at Road America, to like shortcut the circuit so that way you didn't have to wait so long, but because it's 4 miles to go around that track. I mean, that's like an eternity. And Gregson goes high, Hemrick goes low, Allgaier goes high, Gibbs goes low, Hill goes high, Truex goes low, Jones goes high, Herbst goes low, and then Barry and Nemechek go high, Castle goes low, and yep, that's like your top 10. So you're going to have the 2 Junior Motorsports cars on the outside. Now, that may sound like 2 teammates. Oh, but we're going to probably have to re-rack them. There's a ton of debris that's on the track in turns 3 and 4. Oh, they're going to run right over it. So, yeah, they're going to have to re-rack the field here, I think. A little disconnection there. So the lights are still on the pace car. I don't know if they've gotten somebody out there to pick up that debris real quick. They're still 2 by 2, so I don't think they're going to re-rack the field. But this caution is taken off quite a few laps. This caution came out with about 20 to go or 19 to go, and now they're going to be getting restarted with about 12 or 11 to go. The lights are out on the pace car this time, so they must have gotten somebody out there to pick up that debris. So it's going to be 12 to go when they come to the restart. Yeah, Mayer's back out there after they fix that damage. He's in 27th. But yeah, so you have the 2 Junior Motorsports cars on the outside. Now, that may seem like an advantage, but last time it was Gregson behind Allgaier, and he took Allgaier 3 wide and shuffled Allgaier out. Now, Allgaier do the same to Gregson. And Hemrick had a great restart last time, and he gave a big push to the 9. Now he's going to be out front. Can he get a good push from the 54 Gibbs? And Gibbs has a teammate behind him, so maybe they'll split Hemrick to the inside. So you really don't know what's going to happen on this restart here. It's just going to get crazy. That's all I can tell you. And we may get another caution still. Yeah, they're coming through turns 3 and 4. Lights around on the pace car. Pace car pulls off onto pit road. It's Gregson on the outside, Hemrick on the inside, Chevy's on the front row. 12 to go. This may be the last restart of the day. Through the Geico restart zone they go. The 7 gives a good push to the 9. The 11 gets a good jump, though. But the 7's all over the bumper of the 9. He's going to get a great shove into turns 1 and 2. The 9 and the 11 are side by side through turns 1 and 2. Neither one has the advantage. The 9 may get the good runoff corner exit, but the 11's there to continue to side draft. They're still side by side down the back straightaway. The 11 now edges down ahead as they go down into turn 3. The 9's on the outside. The 11 gets a bit loose. He's up the track. The 11's up the track. That allows the 9 to get out front. Oh, and the 18 goes around. He takes the 21 hard, and 26 gets turned onto pit road. The 18 and the 21 crash. The 26 somehow saves it as he gets spun onto pit road. We've been seeing guys wreck it off the inside of turn 3 this entire race. And yesterday night as well. And then we just saw another one there. The 98 of Herbst also got a lot of damage. We're going to have to, there are tons of cars involved. They spun in front of the whole field off turn 4, and people just tried to avoid everywhere they could go. So this is going to get crazy here. Are you going to have time to clean your room before the meeting? So now as we look at a replay here, so Gibbs and Allgaier are side by side for third ahead of these guys, and then Truex to the inside of the 21. And Truex just loses it. And he comes up and he drills the 21, and the 21 just gets popped right into the outside wall. And the 98 actually comes down on the 16, it looks like, and that's how he gets his damage. The 26 gets spun by somebody on the pit road, and people are just fleeing every which way to not make contact. And the 18, on one of the bumps goes up and hits the 21, and then I'm trying to see where the 98 gets into the wall. The 26 actually kind of spun on his own. We're riding on board with the 98, so now we'll see how he gets involved, man. This happens right in front of him, and he comes down the track, and he comes down into somebody and then comes back up the track. Man, the 98 had it missed, and I think that may have been the spotter's fault, kind of. Because the spotter clears him of the crash, and then he just doesn't tell him that there's somebody to his inside. Man, so things are getting crazy here towards the finish. I still want to see. I think the 98 came down on the 16. I'm not totally certain yet, but either way, the 21's out of this thing. The 18, the 98 probably are also out. Everybody else should be okay who's involved. The 18 also may still be okay, but either way, I mean, he backed it into the 21 pretty hard. But it's going to take us a while to clean this up, so we may not get restarted until there's only like 5 or so to go. Already 9 to go right now. In your orders, Gregson, Gibbs, Hemrick, Allgaier, Castle, the top 5. With that crash, Castle worked his way up to 5th and avoiding the crash. Then Jones, Barry, Clements, Allmendinger, and Brett Moffitt, the top 10. Then you have Creed, Nemechek, and those are the last guys on the lap. Then you got Truex and Herbst, but they both wrecked. And I think, we'll see, I think maybe Ryan Ellis may have gotten that free pass. Ryan Ellis has been having a great run today. Way better. Yeah, you got the free pass, so solid run for that team. They may be able to get that 98 back out there, but it looks like the right front's kind of bent inward a bit. Not the worst you've ever seen, but I mean, they're just going to try and get that thing out there so he's able to salvage a couple more points. Yeah, this is taking out a couple more cars. So now we're going to have about a little less than 30 cars left in this thing and only 12 or so on the lap. Because that we keep getting these wrecks and they're taking out the lead lap cars. And even though there's hardly any lead lap cars to begin with, and now we're losing even more. Yeah, maybe a green-white checkered. I don't know. I think we're going to get a couple more laps than that, but yeah, it's going to be pretty close to green-white checkered at least. Yeah, Landon looking good. He hasn't had a great run today. I mean, he's kept his nose clean, but he's been outside the top 10 or in the bottom half of the top 10 all day. But now he's worked his way into the top 5 with a couple of the competition getting knocked out. So he may actually have a shot at the win here, at least a great result. Now, I said I originally had Allgaier as my pick when we had that restart with 20 to go. I said Allgaier or Gregson, and I went with Allgaier, but I should have gone with Gregson now in hindsight. But, I mean, these restarts, it's just about who can get that push. Under that last one, Hemrick kept it even with Gregson, even though Gregson got a great push from Allgaier. But, like, Clements is having a great run. He's up in the top 10. Brett Moffitt in the top 10. Nemechek. 11th, Creed rebounding from that speeding penalty. He's up in 12th, but Ellis in 13th. Like, how about that? That's a great run for that driver in his first start of the year, and that team as well. Team Alpha Prime Racing, I believe, is still looking for their first top 10. Yeah, it's going to get hairy, that's for sure. Appreciate you guys who are watching, up to 15 likes. And look at that. Herbst is able to repair that damage, and he's still on the lap. Now, he's not going to be competitive in terms of lap time at all, but I mean, good work by that team. They'll still be able to salvage a pretty good result, actually. Top 15 with so many cars a lap down. We have 7 to go, and I believe they may be coming to the choose cone this time. And if so, that means they'll get restarted with 5 to go. But yeah, Castle finished 12th in stage 1 and 11th in stage 2. But now at the end of this thing, he's up in the top 5. So this is a good rebound for that team. And are they coming to the choose cone this time? I'm not quite sure. Okay, Gregson goes high. Gibbs goes low. Hemrick goes high. Allgaier goes low. So the Junior Motorsports teammates are not together now. Then Brandon Jones goes high. Castle goes low. Almendinger high. Barry low. Moffitt high. Clements low. So the lights are on the pace car. We are going to be getting restarted with 5 to go in Las Vegas. And things are going to get hairy, but they're also going to get interesting. I mean, they're already pretty interesting. I'll say that. Oh, boy. You got one Toyota in the top 5 facing off against 4 hungry Chevrolets. What's going to be? Can Toyota get their first win of the year? Can Joe Gibbs get their first win of the year? But yeah, Gregson on the outside getting a push from Daniel Hemrick. Gibbs on the inside getting a push from Justin Allgaier. Hemrick gave Gregson a great push 2 restarts ago. Can he repeat that? Or will he try to take him 3 wide and go for the win? And are we going to see another caution? The pace car is pulled off. Through the Geico restart zone we go. 5 to go at Las Vegas. Allgaier with a great push to Gibbs. Hemrick's now on the bumper of the 9. The 54 is pretty clear of the 9, but the 11 with a great push on the bumper of the 9. I don't know if the 54 is going to be able to clear the 9 yet. He's going to slide up and he's going to do it, but the 9 may be able to cross him over down the back straightaway. He fakes high. Oh, the 7 and the 11 are tight for 3rd place down the back straightaway. The 54 is out front, though. Are we going to see another accident in turns 3 and 4? This time they make it through clean. But Gibbs is now out front over Gregson. Allgaier and Hemrick still side by side for 3rd. 4 to go at Las Vegas. Oh, Castle's a bobble. He's going to lose some track position. Barry takes it 3 wide to the outside of Jones. And Jones gets super swirly, man. He just barely holds on to that thing, man. I thought he was going around. Now Moffitt to the outside of Jones. But Gibbs still leads over Gregson. And those guys have a pretty big gap back to Hemrick in 3rd. 3 to go in Las Vegas. Gregson wants that win so badly at his home track. He has not won at Las Vegas yet in his career, but he has a ton of top 5s at this track and a ton of laps led in his career here and today. Gibbs trying to break the draft down the back straightaway. Gregson's closing in just a bit, but I don't think it's going to be enough. It's 2 to go. Sheldon Creed all over the bumper of Brandon Jones. Jones up the track a bit. He's going to lose a couple spots once again. This has not been a great restart for Jones. 2 to go. Are we going to see a caution, or is this going to be it? A lot of people thought Gibbs was going to be dominate the 2022 season like he did in his couple starts of the 2021 season. If he can get this win at Las Vegas, this may be the start of a career year for Ty Gibbs in the Xfinity Series. Off turn 4, the white flag's in the air. Ty Gibbs over Noah Gragson. Does Gragson have anything for Gibbs? That last lap. Oh, there's a crash on the front straightaway, but the white flag's still out and the yellow's out. That's the 4 and the 28. Dude, why was that a caution? That was, I mean, okay. But either way, Gibbs has gotten it done. And then Gragson, Hemrick, Barry, and Allgaier top 4. So, like I said, it was the Toyota against the 4 hungry Chevrolets, and he's able to get it done. One Toyota ahead of 8 Chevys is your top 9. My goodness. But it's Gibbs, Gragson, Hemrick, Barry, Allgaier, Castle. Man, yeah. Gibbs was involved in some controversy early on in this race, but in the end, he was able to clutch up and get the win. It's Ty Gibbs, Gragson, Hemrick, Barry, Allgaier, your top 5. Then Castle, Creed, Moffitt with a solid run in 8th. Allmendinger and Brandon Jones, your top 10. Then Clements, Nemechek, Ellis, and Herbst and LeBay round out your top 15. And Kyle Sieg, Anthony Alfredo, Bailey Curry, Jeb Burton, and JJ Ailey, your top 20. But what a race from the beginning to the finish. It was entertaining quite a bit. But yeah, quite a few people had some good runs. Ty Gibbs had a solid run today, but I mean, he made some enemies, but at the end of the day, he came out on top. I feel like that's pretty similar to the way of his predecessor, Kyle Busch. So I don't know if he has anything like the talent of Kyle Busch, then NASCAR is going to be in for some dominated races in the next decade. But I still want to say shout out to Ryan Ellis with the 13th place finish. That's a solid run for that team. And JJ Ailey with the top 20. And we're going to, oh my God. And I got to do something about it. These bots are nonstop. But I'm going to end it there. Appreciate everybody who tuned in today. We got a couple hundred viewers today, 16 likes. We'll be live tomorrow for the Cup Series race at Vegas. And that's all for now, guys. I'm out. I hope you enjoyed. See you in the next one.